Welcome, welcome. With the new Jurassic World movie coming out soon, I figured it's time to check out the original. However, let's do something a little different. Here we go. Get no juice. Jurassic Park is a 1993 American science fiction action movie directed by Steven Spielberg and produced by Kathleen Kennedy and Gerald R. Mullen. It was the first installment in the Jurassic Park franchise and the first film in the original trilogy, and it is based on the 1990 novel of the same name by Michael Crichton, and the screenplay was also written by Crichton and David Cope. Now that we got that out of the way, hold on to your butts and let's check out Jurassic Park. The film begins in the tropical Costa Rican island Isla Nublar, where we see Crocodile Dundee here, Robert Muldoon, played by Bob Peck, as he supervises a crate delivery that contains a velociraptor. However, shit hits the fan when the velociraptor tries to escape and attacks one of the workers. When Muldoon is unable to stop the raptor, he orders the workers to shoot the fucker.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Jesus Christ, these motherfuckers have stormtrooper aiming. Anyways, after that guy gets killed, his family files a lawsuit, and the park's investors, represented by lawyer Donald Gennaro here, played by Martin Ferrero, demand a safety certification, but they need research experts like Alan Grant.
Grant? You'll never get him out of Montana.
Why not?
Because Grant's like me. He's a digger. Qué lindo eres.
A huge steaming bowl of foreshadowing.
Then we are at an excavation in Montana where we are introduced to paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill, and his assistant, paleobotanist Ellie Sattler, played by Laura Dern, as they slowly uncover the fossilized remains of a velociraptor, and he schools the crew and the audience on some dinosaur facts.
Well, maybe dinosaurs have more in common with present-day birds than they do with reptiles.
Look at the pubic bone, turned backward, just like a bird. Look at the vertebrae, full of air sacs and hollows, just like a bird.
Fun fact, several years after this movie was released, it was discovered that due to fossil impressions of velociraptor skin, that they are allegedly feathered, implying that Grant was right and that they do share a common ancestor with birds.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
And here's another fun fact, or several actually. Velociraptors are not 6 foot tall. They are actually the same size as turkeys. The raptors in this movie and the novel are based on their larger cousin, Deinonychus. Crichton changed it because the name didn't sound cool enough, which I call bullshit. Also, shortly after this movie was released, a large raptor was discovered in Utah called the Utah Raptor. Anyways, back to the movie. Grant tells the kid a story about how raptors would hunt their prey, which scares the shit out of him. Then the dig is cut short by a sudden appearance of Grant and Sattler's main sponsor, John Hammond, played by the late great Sir Richard Attenborough, who is not just a great actor but also a great filmmaker in his own right. He directed films like A Bridge Too Far, Gandhi, and Chaplin, and he is the older brother of Sir David Attenborough. Anyways, John invites them to endorse his latest project, Jurassic Park. At first, Al and Ellie are reluctant to leave their dig, but Hammond persuades them by offering to fund their work for 3 more years.
That sounds like a good idea!
Then we are introduced to Dennis Neary, played by Wayne Knight, who is the chief tactician of Jurassic Park, and he has been hired by Dodson here.
Dodson! Dodson! We've got Dodson here! See, nobody cares.
Well, we care. For instance, Dodson pays Dennis to steal dinosaur embryos for Engine's rival corporation, Biosync, and he gives him some gadgets, Q style. Anyways, both Alan and Ellie are flown in with Hammond, Gennaro, and mathematician chaos theorist Ian Malcolm, played by the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Goldblum. He's here because Gennaro invited him for a safety inspection, and he quickly hits on Ellie. Geez, even the helicopter couldn't handle his sex appeal. Anyways, as they have a bumpy landing, we get a metaphor/foreshadowing moment when Alan ties these seatbelt ends together.
Huge steaming ball of foreshadowing.
And upon arrival, the group are shocked to see a living Brachiosaurus.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Furthermore, Hammond tells Alan that they also have a T-Rex, which takes Alan's breath away. And we get the most iconic quote of this film.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
It's beautiful.
The group is then taken to the park's visitor center, and they learn how the dinosaurs are made with an educational video hosted by Dr. DNA, voiced by Greg Burson. He explains that the cloning was accomplished by extracting dinosaur DNA from prehistoric mosquitoes preserved in amber. Then DNA from frogs was used to fill in the gaps in the genome of dinosaurs. Gee, I hope that doesn't backfire in any way.
A huge steaming ball of foreshadowing.
Then the group witnessed the hatching of a baby velociraptor, and they meet Dr. Henry Wu, played by B.D. Wong, who would later reprise this role in Jurassic World and its sequel Fallen Kingdom. Dr. Wu explains to prevent breeding, all the dinosaurs were made female by direct chromosome manipulation. However, Malcolm doesn't think that making all the dinosaurs female will work because
that life will not be contained. Life breaks free, it expands to new territories, and it crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously, but, well, there it is.
Say the line!
Malcolm
Life, finds a way.
couldn't have said it better myself. The group then visits the raptor enclosure, and it's feeding time. Yeah, you don't want to scare the kids. Yet. During lunch, the group debate the ethics of cloning and the creation of the park. However, Gennaro only sees profit in this, while Malcolm warns the implications of genetic engineering.
You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it.
And that's just capitalism in a nutshell.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
You're goddamn right.
Hell, even both Alan and Ellie agree with Malcolm that bringing dinosaurs from extinction is a bad idea, as dinosaurs and humans living together would only lead to disaster.
You're meant to come down here and defend me against these characters, and the only one I've got on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer.
Thank you.
Well, the lawyer only sees this as free real estate. And then we meet the park and the franchise as a whole's target audience.
Grandpa!
These two kids are Hammond's grandchildren, Lex and Timmy Murphy, who joined the tour of the park while Hammond oversees from the control room. And Alan doesn't want to sit with these kids.
Have you ever heard about this thing in Omni? About this, meteor making all this heat? And it made a bunch of diamond dust. And that changed the weather. And they died because of the weather. And then my teacher told me about this other book by a guy named Backer, and he...
And I don't blame him, kids are annoying as hell. In the control room, we meet head engineer Ray Arnold, played by the man himself, Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson, as he starts the tour. However, it does not go as planned, as the first dinosaur, the Dilophosaurus, does not appear, and neither does the T-Rex. Hell, they even bring out Bane.
Now eventually you do plan to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right? Hello? Hello? Yes?
I really hate that man.
Luckily, the group and the audience get to see a sick Triceratops. Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Also, the practical effects for the Triceratops and the other dinosaurs that will show up later were done by the late great Stan Winston, who has made the practical effects for Predator, the Terminator, and the Xenomorphs from Aliens. So basically, he does an amazing job here. Anyways, here's the Jurassic Park sequels in a nutshell.
That is one big pile of shit.
Also, the tour is cut short as a tropical storm approaches, and most of the park's employees leave for the mainland on a boat while the visitors return to their tour vehicles. All except Sattler, who stays behind with the park's veterinarian to study the Triceratops. The storm also cuts Dennis' escape plan, as he has to leave pronto so he can deactivate the park security system to gain access to the embryo storage, and stores the embryos inside the container from earlier. And fun fact, all the dinosaurs' names here are misspelled, so here's the correct spelling. You're welcome, my viewers. Anyways, Dennis' sabotage also cuts power to the tour vehicles, stranding them as they near the park's T-Rex padlock, and the park's electric fences are deactivated as well. When everyone in the control room finds out what's going on, it's too little too late, and we finally get another dinosaur. Yeah, this causes Gennaro to pussy out and abandons the kids while he hides in a porta potty.
Now, where does he think he's going? When you gotta go, you gotta go.
And speaking of shit, it hits the fan when the T-Rex escapes, and we hear this queen roar. Damn right! And the kids shine a flashlight on the T-Rex, and it proceeds to wreck the vehicle. And it flips it upside down. Luckily, Alan takes action by distracting the T-Rex.
Hey!
Here, go fetch. Then Malcolm joins in and leads the T-Rex away until it throws Malcolm in the air, knocking him out and wrecks the porta potty, exposing Gennaro to the slaughter. Meanwhile, Grant helps Lex and tries to help Tim out, but he's stuck and the T-Rex returns.
Don't move. Can't see us if we don't move.
Fun fact, that part's not true. According to paleontologists, the T-Rex actually has great eyesight, similar to eagles and hawks. So in actuality, this would happen. But in all seriousness, the T-Rex forces both Alan and Lex on a ledge, and it knocks the wrecked car over the ledge. Meanwhile, Dennis is on his way to deliver the embryos to the island's docks, but he gets lost and crashes his Jeep. He tries to pull his car out with a wrench cable, and he encounters a Dilophosaurus.
Thought you were one of your big brothers. You're not so bad. You're not so bad.
Yeah, don't be fooled by his size. He's still very dangerous.
And no wonder you're extinct.
Ooh, he just took a money shot from a dinosaur. And he drops the can with dino embryos, and he gets what he fucking deserves.
Gotcha, bitch!
And we are back at the T-Rex pen. Alan helps out Tim out of the wrecked vehicle stuck on a tree. He succeeds until the car starts slipping out, and so they both get the fuck down the tree. Just kidding, they survived.
We're back in the car again.
At least you're out of the tree.
Oh, it's funny because it's true.
Then both Ellie and Muldoon arrive to search for survivors, only finding an injured Malcolm. Ellie finds the wrecked car and tracks, showing that Alan and the kids are gone somewhere. Unfortunately, the T-Rex returns.
Must go faster.
Luckily, they outrun the T-Rex just as she disses them from a distance. Then Alan and the kids take shelter in a treetop and see a herd of Brachiosaurus. Meanwhile, at the visitor center, Hammond is sulking to Ellie on how he wanted his park to be real instead of an illusion like his flea circus. Then he goes on how he can improve the park.
And we have control again.
You never had control. That's the illusion. I was overwhelmed by the power of this place, but I made a mistake too. I didn't have enough respect for that power, and it's out now.
Yeah, didn't you learn from Frankenstein about playing God and the negative consequences of science and technology? Anyways, Alan and the kids get an up-close look at a Brachiosaurus and they get to pet it. But Lex gets more than what she bargained for.
Here. God bless you!
They later discover broken dinosaur eggshells, and Grant concludes that the dinosaurs have been breeding, which occurred because of their frog DNA. He explains that some West African frogs can change their sex in a single-sex environment, which allowed the dinosaurs to do the same thing. So in other words,
I found a way.
You're goddamn right.
back at the control room, the crew are unable to decipher Nedry's code to reactivate the security system, so Hammond and Ray Arnold reboot the park system.
Hold on to your butts.
He said it! He said it!
And it works. However, Ray heads to the maintenance shed to complete the rebooting process, and the others head to the bunker. Meanwhile, Alan and the kids continue their trek until they encounter a stampede of Gallimimuses. Alan remarks how bird-like they are, but they book it when the stampede heads their way, and we get to see the T-Rex again. Still awesome. Back at the bunker, Ray Arnold hasn't returned, so both Ellie and Muldoon head to the shed. They discover that the shutdown has deactivated the remaining fences, allowing the velociraptors to escape. And Muldoon realizes they are being hunted, so he distracts the raptors while Ellie goes to turn the power back on. With the help of both Hammond and Malcolm giving her directions, meanwhile, Alan and the kids reach the electric fence, and Alan checks it out.
That's not funny. That was great.
What an asshole!
As they make their way to the top, Ellie is switching the power on, including the electric fence that Alan and the kids are on. But Tim is too scared to get down, so both Alan and Lex convince him to jump.
1, 2.
Just kidding, he survives, surprisingly, and Ellie's pretty happy right now.
I think we're back in business.
Or not. Also, Ellie discovers Ray's severed arm. Yup, they ate Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson. Luckily, Ellie manages to escape Ray's fate. Meanwhile, Muldoon is on the hunt for some raptors until they swafferdunk him.
Clever girl.
Gotcha, bitch!
Anyways, Alan and the kids reach the visitor center, and Alan heads out to look for Ellie, leaving Tim and Lex inside with a shit ton of food. Both Alan and Ellie finally reunite. Unfortunately, both Tim and Lex are pursued by the raptors in the kitchen. Luckily, they manage to swafferdunk the raptors, including locking one of them in a freezer. They escape and join with Alan and Ellie. The group then reaches the control room and reboot the park system, but they get a raptor on their tail. Lex then uses a computer to restore the park's power, allowing them to call Hammond, requesting an Uber off this bitch. Then the raptor breaks in as they escape through the air ducts and save Lex from being raptor food. Just as they try to escape by the front entrance, another raptor stops them and they have a skeleton ride. Unfortunately, they get cornered by both raptors until question. How the fuck did she sneak in without making a sound? Anyways, more carnage! Hammond arrives in a Jeep with Malcolm, and Alan gives his review of the park.
After careful consideration, I've decided not to endorse your park. So have I.
Well, at least he finally admits that he fucked up. Anyways, more dino shit. Then the group board the helicopter, with Hammond bidding farewell to his creation. We see Alan comforting the kiddos and stares out the window looking at some birds, dinosaurs' closest living relatives. And that was Jurassic Park. The film became a critical and commercial success, becoming the highest-grossing film of all time until the release of Titanic in 1997. It was re-released in 3D in 2013 to celebrate its 20th anniversary. Jurassic Park also became the 17th and oldest film in history to surpass $1 billion in ticket sales. The film also won more than 20 awards, including 3 Academy Awards for its technical achievements in visual effects and sound design. Jurassic Park is considered a landmark in development of computer-generated imagery and animatronic visual effects. The film was later followed by 4 commercially successful sequels: Jurassic Park The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and with a 5th sequel, Jurassic World Dominion. And in 2018, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress. Now, what do I think of it? I fucking love it. Yep, ever since I was a little kid, it still amazes me to this day. The acting, the characters, direction, cinematography, and the special effects all hold up. And seriously, what more can I say that hasn't already been said? Go check it out, whether it's the first time, second time, or whatever time, just go check it out. It's still worth the watch. I give it 5 T-Rexes out of 5. And that was the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this. Stay safe out there. Now, if you excuse me, I have to end this Jurassic Park style.
What do they got in there, King Kong?